You don't feel out of place because you're awkward. You feel out of place because you see too much. You walk into rooms and immediately know what not to say. Not because you're shy, because you already mapped the entire emotional layout before anyone opened their mouth. You didn't learn this by accident. You learned it by surviving. They call it overthinking. They call it being too intense. They call it social anxiety, detachment, not trying hard enough. That's not what it is. You weren't misfiring. You were misread. This isn't a personality flaw. It's how your brain is built. Some brains scan for belonging. Yours scans for truth. You register tone shifts, micro-pauses, contradictions. Not consciously, instantly, before other people even realize they've revealed themselves. That level of perception has a cost. Yes, it drains you faster because you're processing what others skip. Yes, it makes small talk feel pointless because your mind is already 3 layers deeper than the conversation allows. Yes, it makes groups feel uncomfortable because groups reward sameness, not accuracy. But here's the flip. While others are busy fitting in, you're detecting misalignment. While they're reacting to what's loud, you're tracking what's off. While they follow the room, you read the room. That's not social failure, that's advanced pattern recognition. People like you don't blend, you calibrate. And calibration is disruptive in environments built on noise. This trait doesn't come from confidence or insecurity. It comes from neurological sensitivity paired with high context awareness. Your brain doesn't rely on surface signals, it integrates systems. That's why you've always felt slightly ahead and somehow behind at the same time. You notice the cracks before they break. You sense the lie before it's spoken. You feel the ending long before anyone admits the story is over. That ability makes you inconvenient. So society mislabels it. They say you're distant. You're not. You're discerning. They say you're hard to read. You're not. You're not leaking everything. They say you don't belong anywhere. That one almost sounds true, but it isn't. Here's the real divide. They adjust themselves to environments. You adjust environments by existing in them. They conform to keep connection. You withhold connection until it's real. They gain energy from repetition. You gain clarity from depth. No one is better, but the functions are different. And systems always favor the majority function. If this trait didn't serve a purpose, it wouldn't exist. Evolution doesn't keep useless hardware. Your role was never to merge into the group. It was to detect when the group was wrong. Every tribe needed someone who could feel danger before it arrived. Someone who didn't relax just because everyone else did. Someone who stayed slightly outside the circle. That was the cost of keeping the circle alive. But the modern world flipped the reward system. Speed is rewarded. Volume is rewarded. Visibility is rewarded. Depth is not. So people like you start to think you're broken when you're actually just underutilized. You're trying to run advanced perception software in environments designed for surface-level interaction. That's not a personal failure. That's a system mismatch. So stop explaining yourself. Stop compressing your thoughts to make others comfortable. Stop forcing chemistry where there is none. Stop auditioning for rooms that can't hold you. Use this intentionally. Place yourself where depth is currency, where silence isn't suspicious, where awareness isn't punished. You were never meant to fit everywhere. You were meant to fit precisely. You're not disconnected, you're selective. You're not behind, you're ahead, just early. And once you see this, you can't unsee it. Nothing needs to change right now. Just notice why this has followed you your entire life.